this is Debra Danielson. Welcome to the Rebel Podcast. And I promote self-love and celebration.
Feeling free, I feel alive, yeah. Peace of mind, I couldn't find that. Judged by flaws, you're dead inside, dead. Can't believe you got in my head. Won't forget what you said to me. Living like a bad dream on repeat. Trying to destroy my identity. Don't care what they say, I'm in love with me. Bad vibes, I don't need your cut.
So I am here today to talk about some good vibes that I thought were amazing. I was so excited to recently look at what the Travel Channel put out. The new top 10 beer cities in the United States, according to the Travel Channel. Now, why are we talking about beer? Well, it's winter time. It's very cold here. It's snowing outside, actually. And a lot of cities have been slammed hard this winter. So everybody's naturally inside. And we've just had a lot of holidays and got more holidays coming up to celebrate. So when it comes to craft beer, that's what we're going to talk about today, is the popularity of craft beer is increasing over time. And America has a great love for IPAs, no doubt about it, and it continues to grow. But alongside of that, we see sours and saisons and farmhouse ales growing at a really good pitch, right? And I think there are so many cities that have helped kind of shake that up with this new industry of craft brewing. And as many of you know, because you've long watched David, my husband, and I, David is a home beer brewer. He is also a beer judge. Not only does he brew beer and different kinds of craft beers, but he also does an amazing job at making wine. The top 10 beer cities as identified by the Travel Channel. This is not my personal opinion, but I am so excited to read off these cities to you. And if you want to take a look at it, go to the Travel Channel and look up top 10 cities for beer snobs. That's what we're talking about today. I'm excited to share Crescent Moon, Omaha's original ale house, with you now. So this is the beer that David's gonna have today, and I love the glass here. So we're at Crescent Moon, and David is trying this wonderful Avery Jubilation. And I can't wait to see what he thinks of it. It's got a beautiful head on it, a lot of effervescence you can see there. And Crescent Moon has been recently noted as one of the top places in the nation to come for beer. In Omaha, Nebraska, one of the top cities in the U.S. But I especially love this. It reminds me of a Hallmark movie. So they have Crescent Moon under the mistletoe holiday pop-up bar. And it says, immerse yourself in the warmth of the season. So when you walk in here, this thing is so cute. They've got all kinds of festive decorations up. And this opens at 8 o'clock at night. And it's open Thursday, Friday, Saturday. As you can see, everybody's not here right now. And they've got Delirium, Belgian beer. I love Delirium. David and I love it. And they do have a specialty for Belgian beer here. So that's all cool. Or, look at this. I love this. And then right next to that is Farnham House, which I will share with you too today on our podcast.
He made draft beer as the top 100, 150, 200.
Well, that's quite an accomplishment. So I'm following up on the Travel Channel's top 10 beer cities, and I am here at Crescent Moon Ale House and Eats, and look who we're talking to.
Yes, Chris.
Chris, the
You
bartender,
got it.
manager
Yes.
extraordinaire. Every time I come here, you wait on us and you're fantastic.
I'm trying my hardest.
Are you surprised to learn that you're one of the top 10 beer destinations in the country from the Travel Channel?
It doesn't surprise me. I did learn this information. It doesn't surprise me with the beer offerings that we've had and the amount of time that we've been here. Our beer selection is wonderful. We keep it rotated, we keep it fresh, and Omaha is definitely a craft beer market, that's for sure.
And what would you say the secret to your success is here? You've been here 26 and a half years.
Yes, indeed, 26 and a half years.
And it has grown.
Oh, tremendously.
Yeah.
I would say all the events we do pop-up events. We do Reuben Fest. We feature the Reuben Sandwich. We've been doing that for the full 26 years. And just the camaraderie of the regulars that come here and all the great beer that we offer.
So you're trying to compete with Hallmark with this mistletoe bar?
You know, I
Pop-up
don't
bar?
know if we're competing with Hallmark, but I'll tell you what, it's gone over tremendously.
Yeah.
We started it December 1st. This will be the last weekend for it. And I find that pop-up bars people are loving. We are going to do a Valentine's Day pop-up.
Oh,
we're going to do a St.
cool.
Patrick's Day, and we're going to do a Halloween now because this has gone over so successful.
So are you playing matchmaker here?
If you order the right beer, I think so.
And then if we're gonna like encourage people to come here, like do you have a trivia night or what do you think is one of your major events, like Beertopia, all
Yeah.
of these things? What would you say?
I would say we do live music on Saturday nights. People enjoy that. We do trivias on brunch about every other month. We do a bingo trivia, or we do a themed brunch such as 90s music or Britney Spears or whatever it might be. Then we do prize giveaways every Tuesday night. We do pint night. We feature a brewery. We offer specific beers. We give the glass away. And then come March, the bike that you see behind me hanging here, the New Belgium bike, we will be giving that away to a lucky individual, and we give a bike away every year.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah,
cool.
when we do New Belgium pint nights.
So what's the top 5 beer favorites that you're serving?
Oh, well, you have to hit IPA, definitely. Cross-Train Fairy Nectar is a local hazy IPA. Infusion El Squacho Mexican
I
Lager.
love Infusion.
Yes, Infusion goes over great here local in Benson. So that's a lager. I do the hazy IPA. Odell 90 Shilling is another great amber one that we do. And then I would say the German beers downstairs. We do offer a number of German beers. We do Das Boot. And then we do have a Belgian beer bar next door, Delirium Tremens. We do quite a bit
I
of that
love
as well.
Belgian beer.
Yeah.
That's my all-time favorite.
We do a lot of that as well.
Strong Belgian stout.
Oh, we're
More customers, more
Take care, guys.
happiness.
Yes.
All
Fellas,
right.
good seeing you guys.
Thank you for being on our little podcast
Of
today.
course.
I appreciate it.
Of course.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
You're welcome.
Beertopia is always a lot of fun. I can't wait for this event, and then another big event in May that we have party buses and everything that go around the whole city, and it's really a great time. So next on the top 10 for Omaha, Nebraska, Travel Channel, their top 10 brewing selections here for the United States, you gotta go to Farmhouse Brewing Company, which luckily is right next to the Crescent Moon, which we were just at. But you can see this is right across from the Cottonwood Hotel. And there are all kinds of new restaurants in this neighborhood. Right down the street's a new entertainment district. Literally 2 blocks away, there's probably 10 different types of restaurants. So Beertopia is where we were at. This is the little store that you can go to. And then Crescent Moon is right next to it. And Max and Joe's Belgian Beer Tavern is right here too.
Will be essentially everything in here and everything in here except for the very bottom. All these things, huh?
New Belgium, that's not local.
Ah, sorry, everything except for New Belgium and the bottom.
So you don't have Scratch Town?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Doesn't
Oh,
probably say
there's
if you had some Scratch
Mets.
Town.
Mets.
Yeah, that's a local beer, that's for sure.
Yeah, used to be a big brewery here. So this is where David and I come and buy a lot of our beer and wine type of stuff, is right in this neighborhood. And we've gotten some excellent Belgian beers here. You can see the selection here is just really nice. So whatever you're trying to figure out if you like it or not, they've got a nice selection for you to try. You can pick your favorite. Here's one of my favorite right here. St. Bernardus. That is a strong Belgian beer, quad, and I love it. And David likes Saison, and he likes a lot of different kinds of beers. He likes sour beers, which I do not like at all. But that's like the big thing now. Everybody likes them. And here's our favorite Delirium. And this is also a great brand here. All of these. Very, very good. Guys, you know, after work, sometimes a beer is a good thing, right? Not at work, but after work. But some days, I think you have to leave work to go have a beer. So the number one place that they have here, San Francisco Bay Area in California, absolutely. I mean, there's just so many breweries there. They're moving away from strictly hoppy stuff that's been done before, and they're really focusing on Belgiums and sours and rustic farmhouse ales. In San Francisco Bay, Laughing Monk in the city's Bayview district is working with local community gardens to create one-off beers that connect with neighborhoods and bring urban agriculture to the forefront. I love that. I love having community involved. And they talk about the Seven Stills Brewery and Distillery. They talk about the Rare Barrel and Headlands Brewing Company in Mill Valley. And they won accolades for their Point Bonita Rustic Lager. I love lagers too. So if you're in San Francisco, congratulations. I'm sure you'll head out and try those. So second on the list of the Travel Channel was Bend, Oregon. And they called out Deschutes Brewery, the Ale Apothecary, 10 Barrel Brewing Company, Bend Brewing Company, and North Rim Brew Pub. So those are all good, and it specifically calls out on the North Rim Brew Pub in the Old Mill District, the good eats there. That's what I like. I like a place that has not only great beer, great atmosphere, but also some good food, because I like to eat with my favorite brew. Seattle, Washington, which is near and dear to my heart. They call out two very good companies there. Ghost Fish Brewing Company. They've won awards for Ghost Fish Grapefruit IPA and a Watchstander Stout. And they're both gluten-free, which is really important. I'm gluten-free. They also have a Reuben's Brew Tap Room, and they took home honors for the same festival for its Goose German style sour ale and dry stout. So check that out if you're in Seattle or going through Seattle. Fort Collins, Colorado, not far from home here. And I love Odell Brewing. They make great beer. The New Belgium Brewing Company is also great. Funkworks and Snowbank. So all of those are great. Now let's move over to Minneapolis, St. Paul. And this is where some of the best beers are I have ever tasted outside of my quads. Surly Brewing, is excellent. I have never had any greater experience. I love the brewery, I love the food, and I love the beer. Highly recommend it. Fulton Beer, Brew House, Indeed's Brewing, Abel Seed House and Brewery, and Dangerous Man Brewing Company. We have had so much fun there. I love that place. And then Flat Earth, which is downtown St. Paul, I have never been to, but it says it's unreal. And we hear it says that the seasoned s'mores porter is unreal. That's what they're highly recommending. It sounds delicious. I don't know, it could get a little sweet maybe. Now, according to the Travel Channel, they are saying that Omaha is gaining national recognition as a top beer spot. Breweries are sprinkled throughout the city, which they are. And so, for the best taste of the beer scene, it says start at a craft brewery tour of the area. And they have several of those throughout the year. I highly recommend Omaha's original craft beer bar. This is the original one. This is where it all started 26 and a half years ago, is at Crescent Moon Ale House. And they are featuring local producers like Zipline, Lucky Bucket Brewing, and Spiker Ales. All of those are very good beers. I highly recommend them. They're very easy to drink, they're very smooth, but they just taste excellent. The Benson Brewery is also a neighborhood favorite. It's not too far away. And the Benson Brewery is located in an old movie theater, so it's got kind of a cool little vibe, and the neighborhood is really contributing to the whole atmosphere of the brewery. Great craft beer. And then Infusion Brewing has a tap room where hipsters drink its popular vanilla bean blonde ale and play beer pong. Now, I love the vanilla bean blonde ale. It could get a little, I guess for some people, a little bit sweet, but I think it's really good. And we have the Omaha Henry Doorly Zoo here, and every year they feature a whole beer festival over there, so it's really good. Okay, now let's move on to Fort Worth, Texas, where they're recommending, if you're going to Fort Worth, there's an award-winning Raw and Sons Brewing, so you got to take a look at that. They're award-winning for their Oktoberfest and the Regulator, a German-style Doppelbock. They use family traditions and age-old recipes passed down from ancestors. Doesn't that sound delicious? And Panther Island Brewing Company, they also have Texas honey, chamomile flower, and rose hip infused flavors. Doesn't that sound just so all natural, all American, Texan? All right, and then the other place that they mention here that you must stop by, it's a must-see, is the Collective Brewing Project. They have snacks, they have cornhole, they have yoga. I can't ever say I've mixed yoga and beer. That sounds really interesting. And they also have growlers to go, so check that out. Then Portland, Maine. Go figure, right? The Allagash Brewing Company has won awards for their triple and their white in 2015. And these are all Belgian style beers. They also have a neighborhood brewery, Rising Tide Brewing Company. And they are featuring rye pale ale. That one's called Daymark, Buzzworthy. And that's over at Bissell Brothers. And they're pushing their limits with hazy, opaque, ultra hoppy beers and their bold branding release strategy. They sell their coveted Swish Double IPA only in the winter. Wow. So it must be really, really good at heating you up to keep you going, because it gets cold up there in Maine. And then the last place they mention here is Austin Street. And it's fast becoming a favorite. Austin Street only brewing their beer one barrel at a time. So I guess you must consider yourself pretty lucky with that one. Then we have Boston, Massachusetts with Trillium Brewing Company. And they are really gaining traction. It's a 16,000 square foot facility and tap room in Canton. And it highlights hazy West Coast style IPAs, stouts, and porters. There's more than 14 taps across the city. Night Shifts and Lord Hobo Brewing Company are also mentioned. So I would definitely check that place out. And then our last one that we're going to talk about today is Asheville, North Carolina. Wicked Weed specializes in West Coast style hoppy ales, fermented Belgian beers, and barrel-aged sours. Doesn't that sound good? Then they have South Slope Brewery District, a 50-barrel production brewery in West Asheville, Altamont Brewing. Models are pre-prohibition style neighborhood brew pubs, which means their beer never sees the light of day before it's poured into your glass. And then they have New Belgium Brewing. So check out those places. Let me know what your favorite is. My hope is that... Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe and let me know how you love this episode.